All right, shalom, shalom. We're the real Hebrew Israelites coming day in and day out to prophesy downfall of Babylon the Great, which is America. Morning. First off, all praises, honor, and glory be unto Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Makar Kadash. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations to the elect, wherever you may be. Brother Shapai, you're coming at you again with another quick lesson through the Spirit and power of the Most High and His Son. Today's lesson is going to be Proverbs, the 26th chapter. I'm going to start at the top and run it down. As snow in the summer and rain in the harvest, so honor is not comely to a fool. Now, it doesn't snow in the summer like that. And when it's harvest, it really doesn't rain like that, man. So, honor is not seemly to a fool. All right, a lot of these fools, they have no discernment about honor, dignity, none of those things, man. Because they're fools. Verse 2, as a bird by wandering, as they swallow by following, so causes careless salaki. As the bird by wandering, and as the swallow by flying, so the curse careless shall not come. A whip of the horse and a bridle is for ass, but the rod is for the backs of fools. All right? Answer not a fool according to his folly, lest thou should be like unto him. Answer a fool according to his folly, lest he be wise in his own conceit. All right? And verse 4 and verse 5 is dealing with basically what Paul said. I become all things for all men. All right? So sometimes if a nigga is coming to you with that rah-rah spirit, you ain't got to answer him back with his folly. All right? Now, if a nigga coming with a bugged out doctrine, you could tone yourself down to his level and regurgitate it back to him so he can know how stupid it sounds and cut him with the spirit. All right? Hey, Paul said, I become all things for all men. All right? So there's a place and a time to do certain things, but you got to use wisdom and be able to discern between the both. Verse 6, he that sendeth a message by the hand of a fool cut off the feet and drinketh. It says, and the legs of the lame are not equal. So is a parable in the mouth of fools. Just like a nigga in a wheelchair cannot be equal to a nigga that's walking, so is these words to a fool, man. They can't get it, man. All right, it's like Sirach says, it's like pouring water in a broken vessel. They're not going to retain it, man. All right, it's not meant for them anyway. All right, it says, he that bindeth a stone in a sling, so is he that giveth honor to a fool. As a thorn goeth up into the hand of a drunkard, so is a parable in the mouth of fools. Like I said, they can't get it. They can't get it. It hurts a nigga to try to get this, man. All right, he's gonna fall. He's gonna fuck up himself. More importantly, he's gonna fall on his own sword, because King David, he said, "Let this be a trap and a snare unto thee, man." All right. Verse 10. The great Yahweh hath formed all things, but rewardeth the fool and rewardeth the transgression. And that's a reward you don't want. Alright? Yeah, it sounds nice. I want to be rewarded. Yeah, you're going to be rewarded with death. Alright? You're going to be rewarded with tragedies, alright, woes, and things of that nature. Alright? Verse 11, as a dog returns to his own vomit, so a fool returns to his folly. Yeah, I got silent for like a couple of seconds because we know what dogs went back to their vomit. All right? And I ain't just speaking of here in Chicago. Any nigga that has come into this truth that wasn't of us, all right, when they went back into the world, they became worse demons than they were before they came into the truth, which was their original vomit, but it's their original vomit times 10. Okay? It says, seest thou a man wise in his own conceit? There is no hope for that fool. I said, Salaki, there's more hope of a fool than him. Now look at that. A fool is already gone. A fool is just a fool. But a nigga that is wise in his own fucking heart, right, that leans to his own fucking ways, a fucking fool has better hope than that nigga. Because that's pride, man. A lot of these niggas out here are prideful. Especially them with the circumcision. All right? Verse 3, a slothful man saith, there is a lion in the way, a lion is in the streets. As the door turneth upon his hinges, so does the slothful upon his bed. The slothful hideth his hand in his bosom. Let me give you a visual. And grieveth him to bring it again to his mouth. Nothing, man. All right? Fucking nothing, man. Okay? And that's what happens, man. If you ain't out here working, you won't get nothing in return. All right? Verse 16, the sluggard is wiser in his own conceit. The seventh man that can render reason. There's no way getting through to these fools and these sluggards, man. Because a nigga like that just think he know it all, right? Verse 17, he that passes by and meddleth with strife belongeth not to him. It's like one that taketh a dog by the ears. Yeah, go grab a dog by his ears and irritate him. See what the fuck happened. It ain't gonna be pretty. All right. Verse 18, as a madman who casts a firebrand's arrows in death, so is a man that deceiveth his neighbor and saith, I am not in the sport. Where no wood is, there the fire goeth out. So where there is no talebearer, strife ceases. All right? And I like that saying, man. And so you can't have fire without the wood. And vice versa. All right? It says where there's no talebearer, because you shouldn't be a talebearer. Whatever you hear, let it die within thee, especially if it's amongst brothers, especially if it's amongst men. Matter of fact, the scriptures go deep and say, speak it not of other men's lives, whether they be friends or foes. Okay? So a lot of things you just keep to yourself. All right? It says, as coals are to burning coals, and wood to fire, so is a contentious man to kindle strife, man. And what can Proverbs say this? Where pride is, there's contention, man. All right, because contention only comes by pride, I believe. You know, I'm roughly paraphrasing it. All right, verse 22. The words of a talebearer are wounds, and they go down into the innermost parts of the belly. Burning lips and a wicked heart is like a potsherd covered with silver dross, man. All right. Talebearer can't keep nothing in, man. Like, they're just ready to spill all the goddamn beans, man. And as a brother, you shouldn't be that way, man. As a brother, you should not be that way. So take these words that I'm reading and think about them carefully, man. Now, we're in the flesh. Some things slip up, and things of that nature. But don't intentionally go and tell another brother's business, man. Verse 24, he that hateth dissembleth his lips and layeth up deceit within him. When he speaketh fair, believe him not, for there are 7 abominations in his heart. We can start at Esau, and we can start at any wicked nigga, right? Because they'll come to themselves crouching and humble, and it's malice in their heart, man. All right? Hey, what the scripture says, words are smoother than butter, but war is in his heart. That's the precept right there, man. Never trust your enemy. Whether he be Esau, whether he be these heathens, or whether he be a fucking Israelite, man. Don't trust none of these niggas. If it ain't your brother, don't trust him. All right? Verse 26. Whose hatred is covered by deceit, his wickedness shall be showed before the whole congregation. And the Lord has proven that time and time and time again with certain brothers that came into this thing of ours and fizzled out. Verse 27. Whoso diggeth a pit shall fall therein, and he that rolleth a stone in it shall return upon him. A lot of you niggas die by your own sword, man. All right, a lot of you niggas died by your own hands from the shit that you did, man. That stone is going to fall upon your head, man. Verse 28, a lying tongue hateth those that are afflicted by it, and a flattering mouth worketh ruin. All right? I'm going to read that again. A lying tongue hateth those that are afflicted by it. Because obviously you hate this person because you're lying on them. All right? And 2, a flattering mouth worketh ruin. I'm going to tell you this, and the elders be big on this. They don't like flattery because that ruin comes with it. I don't think you saying, hey, this is, you gotta watch a nigga like that. Not saying that sometimes when the brothers say it, they ain't being wholehearted, but a nigga that just flatters and flatters and flatters and flatters and flatters, some bullshit coming up the pipe, man. I know that from the fucking world, all right? How much more in the truth, man? That's why the elders say what they say when it comes to flattery. Don't flatter them, man. Say you're sure. And the best flatter you could give the elders, and it's really not a flatter, Shalom. Yahabashim, Yahabashai, Bashim, Karkadash, Barakathum. That's the blessing of the Lord. That's the best thing you can say to the elder. Now, yes, some elders have personal relationships with brothers and they talk and things of that nature. But like Elder Gabar, Elder Apostle Ramlan say, and Elder Apostle Tahai, he missed me with the flattery, man. Okay? So with that, hey, I pray this was edifying. I'm going to say all praises, honor, and glory be unto Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem, Karkadash. Double honors to the elder apostles, a great millstone, salutations to the elect, wherever you may be. From my brother in New York. I love that pose that you do, bro. Shalom.